The untold story of Ravana, the soul of Indian mythology, is beyond the simple good and evil. If one cares to dig deep, there's an interesting story at each and every
DANAAV
step.
भगवान
Ravana played the
नहीं,
role of a
रावण
villain, but
हूँ,
why did he
राम
play this
नहीं.
role is a question of great importance. It was actually to bring an equilibrium to the equation of good and evil. No wonder he is still worshipped in some parts of the world. Ravana was the grandson of Pulastya, one of the greatest sages of Indian mythology and one of the Saptarishis. He was born to sage Vishravan and Asura's mother Kaikashi. Hence he is considered half Asur demon and half Brahmin sage. Ravana is known as the supreme antagonist in the ancient Hindu epic Ramayana. He is depicted as a Rakshasa demon and the great king of Lanka. He is known as a demon with 10 heads, but not many people know that he was not born with 10 heads. Ravana actually was a great follower of Lord Shiva, an inordinate scholar, an excellent ruler, and the maestro of the Veena plucked string instrument. He had written 2 books, the Ravana Samhita, a book of astrology, and Arka Prakasham, book of Siddha medicine. He was well versed in Ayurveda and dark practices of black magic. It is said that he could control the planetary positions at his will. He owned Pushpak Viman, a flying chariot which he won from his step-brother Kuber. He had mastered Tantra Vidya, science of creating optical illusions of thoughts which he used in battles against his enemies. Once when Ravana tried to lift Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva crushed his forehand beneath the mountain and then Ravana starting chanting praise of Lord Shiva and asked for forgiveness. Lord Shiva was so pleased with Ravana that he started dancing with all fury and passion, and this dance is called Tandav, and the chants came to be known as the Shiva Tandav Stotram.
Underwent a colossal tapasya, penance to please Lord Shiva on the banks of river Narmada. Willing to please the Lord, Ravana annexed his head, and each time he did that the head grew back and it continued 10 times, thus enabling him to continue his penance. Lord Shiva thus granted 10 heads to Ravana which he had sacrificed. Due to these 10 heads he is also known as Dashnath.
दानव
The
हूँ,
10 heads of
भगवान
Ravana
नहीं,
symbolizes the 6 Shastras,
रावण
sacred scriptures
हूँ,
of
राम
Hinduism consisting of 4
नहीं.
categories, the Smriti, Smriti, Purana and Tantra, and the 4 Vedas that Ravana mastered, making him a great scholar and one of the most intelligent beings of those times. He was a master of 64 types of knowledge and all arts of weaponry. He is known to have compiled Veda with the relevant musical Svara notes, and his Shiva Tandava Stotra is yet the most popular hymn ever sung in praise of Lord Shiva. Yet another interpretation of Ravana's 10 heads are the 10 emotions. Those emotions are calmlust, pride, anger, moha, delusion, low, greed, mada, pride, matsarya, envy, manas, mind, buddhi, intellect, chit, will, and ahamprath, ego. Hindu traditions emphasize on the importance of controlling one's senses and projecting just the intellect alone, which is considered supreme over others. The use of other emotions are considered to be detrimental to the growth of a soul. Once the great King Mahabali advised Ravana to shun these 9 emotions and to keep only intellect, to which he justifies that the possession of all these facets are equally important and makes him a complete man. The one head of Buddhi controlled his destiny, and the other heads of Ravana controlled his actions, which ultimately led to his destruction. He eventually became a slave to his senses, and since he could not control his desires, he not only destroyed himself and his clan, but the whole Lanka was reduced to ashes. Having all this knowledge, but not being able to harness his powers, was one of his biggest regrets.